Inside the U.S. government's Area X facility, cellular biology professor and former U.S. Army soldier Lena undergoes a quarantined debriefing about an expedition into an anomaly called the Shimmer, from which she and her husband are the only survivors. The interrogator informs Lena that she was in the Shimmer for 4 months, despite the team having only 2 weeks of rations. She explains that 2 members are dead, while the fate of the other 2 remains unknown. The Shimmer appeared 3 years ago when a meteor hit a lighthouse in the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge in Florida. Since then, it has been slowly expanding into new areas, leading to multiple exploratory expeditions being sent to investigate it. One day, Lena's husband, Kane, an Army Special Forces soldier, unexpectedly returns home after being missing for nearly a year during a mission into the Shimmer. However, he appears emotionless and distant, unable to remember anything from his time there. Suddenly, he falls gravely ill. As Lena rushes him to the hospital, they are intercepted by a government security team and taken to Area X. So far, the phenomenon has been kept secret, but its rapid growth threatens to consume entire cities within months. When Lena wakes up, she meets Dr. Ventress, a psychologist who asks her to join a new expedition. Dr. Ventress explains that past military teams, including Kane's, went into the Shimmer to reach the lighthouse but never returned, except for Kane, who is now in a coma with multiple organ failures. Dr. Ventress explained to Lena that no human or animal has ever returned from the Shimmer, despite attempts to reach the lighthouse by land, sea, and air. This time, the government decides to send a scientific team instead of a military one. Their mission is to reach the lighthouse, gather data, and return. The team consists of Dr. Ventress, a psychologist, Josie Raddick, a physicist, Cass Shepard, an anthropologist, Anya Thorensen, a paramedic, and Lena. Lena tells Ventress that she is joining the expedition only to uncover what really happened to her husband. The scientists have 2 main theories. Either something inside the Shimmer kills those who enter, or it drives them insane, causing them to turn on each other. The group entered the Shimmer, led by Dr. Ventress. The next morning, Lena woke up confused about why she was inside a tent. She quickly found the others and asked what had happened. None of them remembered setting up camp, and it seemed that all their memories since entering the Shimmer had vanished. They discover that inside the Shimmer, all guidance and communication devices fail, leaving the team disoriented and unable to track time. Based on their remaining food supplies, they estimate they have been inside for 3 or 4 days, yet none of them can remember what transpired during that time. As they press on, they notice bizarre mutations in both plants and animals almost everywhere. While exploring near the water, a creature suddenly attacks Josie. The team rushes to her aid and manages to fend off the mutated alligator. Upon closer inspection, they discover its unsettling, shark-like traits, including multiple rows of razor-sharp teeth. As they continue their journey towards the lighthouse, the mutations become increasingly extreme. They find an abandoned military base, where strange mutations have taken over. Tumor-like growths cover the walls, making the place feel eerie and alive. While searching inside, the team discovers evidence of Kane's expedition. They find a memory card with a video showing a horrifying scene. Kane cuts open a living teammate, revealing something moving inside him, like a snake writhing in his stomach. Later, they come across the remains of the previous team. One member's body has completely changed, spreading across the walls like a massive growth of lichens, as if he had become part of the environment. That night, while guarding the base, the team sees a creature tearing through the fence. As they prepare to defend themselves, a mutated bear-like beast suddenly attacks, grabbing Cass and dragging her into the darkness. They rush to save her, but it's too late. She vanishes into the night. The group grows increasingly uneasy as tensions escalate. Ventress insists on pushing forward to the lighthouse, while Lena argues that they are closer to the coast and should retrace their steps to the perimeter. As they press on, Lena discovers Cass's remains beneath a tree. The group then comes across a strange settlement of human-shaped plants. Josie theorizes that the Shimmer acts like a prism, altering everything within its reach, including DNA. To test her theory, Lena examines her own blood and finds unmistakable signs of mutation. That night, overcome by paranoia, Anya restrains Lena and the others. She accuses Lena of hiding the truth about Kane and blames the group for Cass's death. Terrified, Anya insists that something is happening to her body and fears the others will cut her open too, just as happened to the previous team. Suddenly, they hear Cass's voice outside calling for help, an impossible sound as Lena saw Cass's dead body herself. As the desperate cries continue, Anya panics and rushes to help, only to be attacked by the mutated bear. The bear walks into the room while the three remain tied to their chairs. It sniffs the air, moving closer, and as it growls, it mimics Cass's voice, crying for help. The horrifying sound reveals the truth. When the mutated bear killed Cass, it consumed her, trapping her dying screams within its own vocal cords forever. Severely wounded, Anya tries to help the others, but the bear mauls her to death. It then turns its attention to Lena. Acting quickly, Josie grabs a rifle and shoots the mutated bear, killing it. After the brutal attack, Ventress wastes no time and sets off for the lighthouse, determined to reach the source. Knowing that her body is rapidly disintegrating, she is desperate to witness the end before it's too late. The next morning, Josie, overwhelmed by despair, accepts her fate. Rather than face a violent end, she chooses to refract. Silently, she walks into the garden, merges with the human-shaped plants, and disappears, becoming one of them. Lena continues alone until she finally reaches the lighthouse. As she walks, she passes skeletal remains and trees shimmering like crystal. Inside, she discovers Kane's charred remains along with a videotape. The footage shows Kane speaking to someone, instructing them to find Lena before he takes his own life with a phosphorus grenade. Just before the video ends, a doppelganger of Kane appears on camera. Suddenly, Lena hears a sound coming from a hole beneath the lighthouse. She descends and finds Ventress, who weakly explains that something is inside her. Moments later, she disintegrates into a swirling, nebulous entity. The entity absorbs a drop of Lena's blood and forms a humanoid figure that mirrors her every movement. She tries to escape, but the creature overpowers her at every turn. Realizing that it mimics her actions, Lena uses this to her advantage. She carefully places an active phosphorus grenade in its hand, and then flees. As the grenade ignites, flames consume the creature. It slowly walks beneath the lighthouse, setting the structure ablaze. The fire spreads rapidly, engulfing everything in its path. As the shimmer collapses, the mutated crystal trees and all of its unnatural creations are destroyed along with it. During her debriefing, Lena is asked what the entity wanted. She responds that she doesn't believe it wanted anything. It wasn't trying to destroy. Rather, it was changing everything, creating something new. But she admits she doesn't know what that something was. She reunites with her husband, Kane, who has recovered since the Shimmer's disappearance. When she asks if he is the real Kane, he replies that he doesn't think he is. In return, Kane asks if she is the real Lena, but she remains silent. As they embrace, their eyes subtly change color, reflecting the shimmer.
If you loved this recap, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more free movie recaps. Got a movie in mind that you want us to break down? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.